Okay, so welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive.
I'm excited for this one.
This one is going to be a little bit different.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're going to be taking a look at a story today.
Okay.
And you know how we usually have like a news article or a scientific paper or
Right, research study.
yeah, something like that we're kind of dissecting and
Yeah, taking apart.
yeah, we're really getting to the nitty-gritty.
That's what we do here on the deep dive, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is what we do. But this time we're going to be looking at well, an excerpt.
Okay.
It's called I'll try my best with the pronunciation here. El bebé que no dejaba de llorar.
Oh, wow.
I think I got that.
Yeah, that sounded pretty good.
Okay, so for those of you who don't speak Spanish, that means the baby who wouldn't stop crying.
Okay, so already I'm intrigued.
Right.
Just from the title.
Yeah, just the title alone,
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be,
There's a story here.
there's a story,
Yeah.
and it's going to be a personal one.
Yeah, too.
So it's about this mom and her 3-week-old baby.
Okay, so tiny baby.
Tiny baby.
Yeah.
And the baby just starts vomiting, like, excessively.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah. Any parent out there knows, like, that's one of those things. It's like, oh, no, like, what's going on?
Definitely a red flag.
Yeah, it's like a huge red flag. So, well, of course, she does what any loving parent would do.
Takes the baby to the doctor.
Takes the baby to the doctor right away.
Yeah.
And, they give her some medication. They say, try this. This should help.
But that mom instinct
Yes.
is still there.
It's still there. Like something just isn't sitting right with her.
Right.
And, I think we've all been there at some point in our lives.
For sure. Like when you just have this gut feeling.
You just know something's not quite right.
Yeah.
It's like 2 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
She's doing laundry, like just trying to keep busy,
Mm.
maybe trying to like get her mind off of it a little bit.
Yeah, distract yourself.
And she starts hearing these sounds.
What kind of sounds?
It sounds like children crying. But her kids are asleep.
Okay. That's creepy.
It's really creepy, right?
Yeah.
So she's like, what is going on?
Yeah, like where is this coming from? Is this in her head?
Right. And then it's even weirder.
Oh no.
Because now she hears a woman crying, like desperate sobbing,
Oh gosh.
coming from the living room
Oh no.
where her husband is with the baby.
Oh no.
Where her husband is with the baby.
So it's not just her?
He confirms it too.
Wow.
He's like, yeah, I heard that too.
So they both heard this crying.
They both heard it.
Gosh, that just gives me chills.
And she describes like this feeling of being totally cold and paralyzed in the hallway.
I can only imagine.
It's like that fight or flight response.
Yeah.
But instead of fighting or fleeing, you just freeze.
You're just stuck.
You're just stuck.
Yeah, that's a real phenomenon.
It is.
It's like your body's overwhelmed with adrenaline.
Right.
And it just shuts down.
It just doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So she's frozen there in the hallway, but then
But then what?
what's
Something clicks.
like her mom instincts take over. It's like something just kicks in and she knows she has to get this baby to the hospital.
Right now.
Right now.
Like no time to waste.
It doesn't matter that it's the middle of the night. She just grabs the baby and goes.
Wow.
And it's a good thing she did,
I bet.
because when they get to the hospital, the doctor tells her that the baby needs emergency surgery.
Oh my God.
And that if she had waited any longer,
He wouldn't have made it.
yeah, it would have been too late.
Wow.
So her intuition, that gut feeling that something was wrong, it literally saved her baby's life.
That's incredible.
It really is.
So what about the crying?
That's the part that really gets me. The story doesn't go into the medical details,
Right.
but it does say that the mother and her own mother believed that the crying sounds were like an angelic warning.
Wow. Like a guardian angel.
Yeah, like someone was trying to tell her something.
That's powerful.
That's really powerful.
So do you believe in that kind of thing?
I don't know. I've always been a pretty, logical person. But then there are times when things happen that you just can't explain.
Right, like this story.
Exactly.
So are there any scientific explanations for this kind of thing?
There are some theories out there.
Okay.
Like some people believe that our brains can pick up on subtle cues in our environment
Okay.
that we're not consciously aware of.
Interesting.
Yeah, like maybe there was actually some kind of sound happening,
Right.
but it was just below the level of our normal hearing.
Okay, so our subconscious picks it up,
Exactly.
but we don't consciously hear it.
Right, but then somehow that information gets relayed to us in the form of a gut feeling or intuition.
Wow, that's fascinating.
There's also research being done on something called the Global Consciousness Project.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's this idea
Cool.
that human consciousness might be interconnected in ways that we don't fully understand.
Right, like we're all connected somehow.
Exactly. And that maybe in certain situations, like when someone is in danger,
Our minds can connect.
yeah, and we can pick up on each other's thoughts or feelings.
Like a sixth sense.
Exactly. That's amazing.
I know it sounds kind of far out there.
Yeah. But it's intriguing.
It really is.
So what can we do to like tap into our intuition more?
Well, one thing that a lot of experts recommend is mindfulness.
Okay.
Just paying attention to your thoughts and feelings without judgment.
Right.
And meditation can also be helpful.
Yeah. To quiet the mind.
Yeah, it can help you to become more aware of those subtle intuitive nudges that we might normally miss.
So you're saying we should listen to our gut feelings?
I think it's important to at least pay attention to them.
Right.
Not every gut feeling is going to be accurate,
Of course.
but sometimes they can be really important.
Like in this story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This mother's intuition saved her baby's life.
It really makes you think.
It does.
So what's the takeaway here for our listeners?
I think the biggest takeaway is that we should never underestimate the power of intuition.
Especially when it comes to our loved ones.
Sometimes those gut feelings, those little voices in our heads, they're trying to tell us something important.
And we should listen.
We should listen.
Well, this has been another fascinating deep dive.
It really
I
has.
hope you all enjoyed it. And remember, trust your gut.
And listen to those inner voices.
We'll see you next time for another deep dive.
Until then, stay curious.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.